Hello everyone, this is a video tutorial on dividing polynomials. When you finish this tutorial, you will be able to use long division and synthetic division to divide polynomials. So let's get started. First, we will look at long division and then move on to synthetic division. Long division can be used for any type of polynomial. It works in every case. To use long division, arrange the terms in the dividend and divisor in decreasing order of exponent. Divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. This will be the first term in the quotient. Multiply each term in the dividend by the first term in the quotient. Subtract this product from the dividend. Bring down the next term. Repeat this process until the remainder is less than the divisor. For example 1, we are going to divide x squared plus 8x plus 15 by x plus 5. Take note of the scratch work area. This area details the steps in the long division process. First, we're going to take x squared and divide it by x to get x. This becomes the first term in the quotient. Then we take x and multiply it by x plus 5 to get x squared plus 5x. Then we'll change the signs and add it to the dividend to get 3x. Then we'll bring down the positive 15. Next, we'll take 3x and divide it by x to get 3. This is the second term in the quotient. Next, we'll take 3 and multiply it by x plus 5 to get 3x plus 15. Next, we'll change the signs to get negative 3x minus 15 and add it to the dividend to get a remainder of 0. So the final answer, x squared plus 8x plus 15 divided by x plus 5 equals x plus 3 with a remainder of 0. For 12x squared plus x minus 4 divided by 3x minus 2, make note of the scratch work area. This area details the steps in the long division process. First, we're going to take 12x squared and divide it by 3x to get 4x. This becomes the first term in the quotient. Then we take 4x and multiply it by 3x minus 2 to get 12x squared minus 8x. Next, we'll change the signs to get negative 12x squared plus 8x. Then we add this to the dividend to get 9x. Next, we bring down the 4. After that, we take 9x and divide it by 3x to get 3. This is the second term in the quotient. Then take 3 and multiply it by 3x minus 2 to get 9x minus 6. Next, change the signs to get negative 9x plus 6 and add this to the dividend. This produces a remainder of 2. So 12x squared plus x minus 4 divided by 3x minus 2 equals 4x plus 3 with a remainder of 2. Before we can divide 4x to the fourth minus 4x squared plus 6x by x minus 4, we must first add a placeholder of 0x to the third power. With long division, all exponents must be represented in the dividend and the divisor. Next, take note of the scratch work area. This is the area that details the steps in the long division process. First, we're going to take 4x to the fourth and divide it by x to get 4x to the third power. This is the first term in the quotient. Then we'll take 4x to the third power and multiply it by x minus 4 to get 4x to the fourth power minus 16x to the third power. Next, we'll change the signs to get negative 4x to the fourth plus 16x to the third. We'll take this and add it to the dividend to get 16x to the third. Next, we'll bring down 4x squared. Next, we'll take 16x to the third and divide it by x to get 16x squared. This is the second term in your quotient. Then we'll take 16x squared and multiply it by x minus 4 to get 16x to the third power minus 64x squared. Next, we'll change the signs to get negative 16x to the third power plus 64x squared. We'll take that and add it to the dividend to get 60x squared. Then we'll bring down a positive 6x. Next, we'll take 60x squared and divide it by x to get 60x. This is the third term in the quotient. Take 60x and multiply it by x minus 4 to get 60x squared minus 240x. Next, change the signs to get negative 60x squared plus 240x. Take this value and add it to the dividend to get a positive 246x. Next, we'll take 246x and divide it by x to get 246. This is the fourth term in the quotient. Take 246 and multiply it by x minus 4 to get 246x minus 984. Then change the signs. Negative 246x plus 984 will then be added to the dividend to get a positive 984. So 4x to the fourth minus 4x squared plus 6x divided by x minus 4 equals 4x to the third plus 16x squared plus 60x plus 246 with a remainder of 984. Unlike long division, synthetic division can only be used with divisors of the form x plus c or x minus c. To divide x squared plus 8x plus 15 by x plus 5, first set x plus 5 equal to 0 and solve for x to get x equals negative 5. This is the divisor. Next, arrange the coefficients of the polynomial or dividend in a horizontal row. Then, bring down the first coefficient, which is 1. Multiply the 1 by the divisor negative 5, which will be negative 5. Add negative 5 to the next coefficient 8 to get 3. Multiply 3 by the divisor negative 5 to get negative 15. Add negative 15 to the next coefficient 15 to get 0. So x squared plus 8x plus 15 divided by x plus 5 equals x plus 3 with a remainder of 0. To divide 4x to the fourth minus 4x squared plus 6x by x minus 4, we first set x minus 4 equal to 0 and solve for x to get x equals 4. This is the divisor. Next, arrange the coefficients from the dividend into a single horizontal row using placeholders of 0 for the missing exponents and constant term. Next, bring down the first coefficient 4 and multiply it by the divisor, which is 4, to get 16. Add 16 to the second coefficient 0 to get 16. Multiply 16 by the divisor 4 to get 64. Add 64 to the next coefficient negative 4 to get 60. Multiply 60 by the divisor 4 to get 240. Add 240 to the next coefficient 6 to get 246. Multiply 246 by the divisor 4 to get 984. Add 984 to the next coefficient 0 to get 984. So 4x to the fourth minus 4x squared plus 6x divided by x minus 4 equals 4x to the third plus 16x squared plus 60x plus 246 with a remainder of 984. It's your turn now. This is the section of the tutorial where you get to practice what you've learned. Don't hesitate to go back and review to help you along in this section. Complete problems 1 and 2 and post your answers in the comment section below so I can see how well you're doing. See you next time. Bye.